Victory Tuesday. My voice is gone. What's going on here?
Yo, two-time Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. We did it, BG. We did it.
I told you we were. I said 14-3 and Super Bowl.
Oh my God, man, that's every year. Let's go.
Let's go. I got some news for you though.
Hate that you said he wasn't a top 10 quarterback? Hate that you said he couldn't throw the ball? Hate that he got over when push came to shove? Hate that he always say the right thing?
Money is nice, championships are better.
Hate that in your all-knowing, armchair wisdom, you were sure he'd come up short. Hate that you got it wrong?
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles flag in Super Bowl 59.
Going on, everybody, man, and welcome to the very first episode of The Truth, where not all Eagle fans agree on everything, and this is definitely the spot where this shit about to go down.
Oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only the best, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going.
This is why we started this, because of you. We started this. I'm tired of listening to your, fantasy that you living in right now. Always talking about 17-0 until proven otherwise. BS!
I'll be number one, working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah. Fatal like a
you know what I mean?
Hey, I was pretty close last year thinking like we could have easily won those 3 games.
I gotta get through it, and the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing.
Right? Did you not see ourselves those 3 games?
Look, we lost.
Never listen to the no's, I just wanna get moving. Yeah, I put it
lost.
hard as hard, it's my only medicine, yeah. Everything I do, I'm just being genuine, yeah. I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline, yeah. I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah,
Super Bowl champs. 2-time Super Bowl champs, man. And I
can't even do it. God damn it. My voice has been out since the Super Bowl night, partying in the ATL, Rocky Mountain with the rest of the Eagle Nation. It was amazing, man. We are the champions.
Yes.
And yes,
we are, man. Yo, and the way we did it, oh my God, man, was
belt to ass. Hey, and I was telling that Chiefs fan, I told him straight up. I told him it wasn't going to be close. It was going to be a blowout. We a different team. He was trying to think I was capping. I even think you were thinking I was capping. I said 38-17.
Bro, you always capping. That's the thing. When you don't tell the truth, like everything you say is cap. So just because it come true once in a blue moon,
all the damn time. 14-3.
But guess what? This ain't the time for that right now. We are celebrating a championship, a Super Bowl championship, a way to end the 2024-2025 season. The whole postseason we dominated, and Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. Can't make it up.
MVP, baby.
Can't make it up. You can't make it up, man. You couldn't write a better story to this season from 2-2 to Super Bowl champions. From having one of the worst defense in the NFL last year to the number one historic defense this year, and holding up the Lombardi Trophy. You can't make
Look
it
at
up.
this with you, man. That's our quarterback, guys.
Yeah.
That's our quarterback. Super Bowl MVP. MVP. Outplayed Mahomes 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row. We got the number, man. That's 2 times in a row. We beat them too. We beat them last year. We beat them this year. And the biggest game on the biggest stage is amazing. Eagles are that team to beat from here up moving forwards, man. Look at this quarterback, my guy. Looking like Michael Jordan in the hallway after this NBA championship. We got our own goal. His name is Jalen freaking Hurts.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, before we continue, man, and let's acknowledge the people that came on this ride with us, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? What's going on, everybody, man? What's going on, Nina? Super Bowl 59 champs, man. Yo, what's up, the Aldridge, man? We did it. We did it. Little Griff, what's going on? I'm a big fan of the Eagles season. Better Eagle win Super Bowl championship. I did 18 years in the Special Olympics. Shout out to you. Here we go.
Champion, my guy.
Oh, talking about us. What's up, Stu? Belt to ass, man. I'm telling you, man, it was beautiful. Eagles are Super Bowl 59 champs. It's a Philly thing. Man, listen. Oh, my God, man. Like,
so many things, so many layers of this game. Man, it's total domination. Total domination. It was 24-0 at halftime, and we had more points than the Chiefs had yards at that point. It's like, what the hell is going on? I didn't really, but I knew it was going to happen, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more tougher of a fight. I thought they at least score a touchdown, in the first half sometime, but fuck, we destroyed those guys. We destroyed them. Let's go. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, man. I mean, the way I knew the game was over with when it was 17-0. When that pick six happened, I knew this was it. This was it. Like, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't like, man, they're going to come back. The way this defense came out playing with only rushing 4 guys the whole game. Rushing 4 guys, having that rotation. I saw Brandon Graham out there. You know what I mean? Like, I saw Hunt out there. So they had that solid 4 rotation. They didn't cheat. They didn't bring up 5. They didn't bring up 6. They didn't drop 4-man rotation. Demolish a 5-6-man front for the Kansas City, allowing the Philadelphia Eagles to drop 7 guys back to cover 4. That number is always going to favor their defense. 0
blitzes to 6 sacks. The 4 up front, man, you talking about 0 blitzes. Banjo didn't blitz the mother 1 time. He said, you're going to have to beat us with your legs, fatty.
Yeah, and this is the difference between this defense that we was telling Chuck last week, right? That this defense is young, they're fast, because Patrick Mahomes was running around. These young boys wasn't getting tired. Man, they was chasing them down. Even when he was trying to escape the pocket, he still was getting chased down. If we had, like I was telling you before we came on, if we had half of this defense, not the whole defense, but half of this defense, we would have been 3-time Super Bowl champion, and Jalen Hurts would have been a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. If we had half a defense 2 years ago, but hey, man, everything happened for a reason. You know what I mean? And I'm so glad that Vic Fangio came, and this defense is only going to get better. With the draft picks, who know with Myles Garrett out there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that might happen for his defense, but there's one thing for sure, that our offense is here to stay. Our offense is here to stay. There's really, besides Beckham, right, which I feel like that we should definitely – there's 2 guys that we should definitely prioritize, Bond and Beckham. Because Beckham can take over for Lane Johnson, you know what I mean, if he does retire after next season. And just to have that massive offensive line again with Barkley in the backfield. offense is going to be even more dominant, depending who's our offensive play caller. I mean, but the defense, it's going to get better, and I think Slay might stay.
Hey, man, it's Brandon Graham thinking about staying again just because of it. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely don't get into that. But man, there's some things in this game we definitely got to talk about, man. Like, hey, where you high met him for the first time? What up, where you high? We were there watching the game together. That's what's up. And you big, tall giant. This dude's like 6'1". He's like, I thought you were taller in person. I go, I thought you were shorter in person. Goddamn. Where you hiding? They were mad all silent. Yeah, but let's talk about it, man. Like, they did what they wanted to do and still lost. Their plan was to go in there, shut down Saquon. They did that for the most part, but then they dared Jalen Hurts to win this football game, and Jalen said, "Thank you, because I was looking for an MVP. I got you," and went out there and won it, man. That was awesome. Saquon will have 50. Did he have 50 yards? He has 53 yards, something like that.
Yeah. I think Saquon had 57 yards rushing.
Yeah.
But the problem is it wasn't the rushing for Saquon, it's the touches. He had 25 carries. So that means that 25 times that the Chiefs had to, load up the box, try to stop him, which kind of still open up, for Jalen Hurts lane and, the one-on-one matchups. But 25 times he carried the ball, so that still was a good chunk of the offense. And he had 6 receptions. So 31 times that Saquon Barkley was involved in the offense, which kept the Kansas City from doing anything else that they wanted to do.
Yeah, they couldn't do nothing, man. Like, it was just so strategic. And like you said, it was just like big play after big play after big play. Defense was just all over the place, man. We got to get some shout-outs. Like, I know Jalen Hurts is that offensive MVP, and that's well-deserved of it.
Yeah.
But, man, if you had to give a defense MVP, who are you giving it to? Because I'm going to give it to my boy Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat was all over the football field again. 2 sacks, and he almost on a 3rd sack. Like, he was always around.
2.5 sacks. Yeah, 2.5
sacks. Yeah, and he was all around the football. And I know he's a free agent. Everybody's like, let him walk. But if he's taking any kind of discount, I'm sorry. Brandon Graham's leaving. We got to do something with Huff. He can't even crack the rotation. And you re-sign Sweat and let him, Nolan Smith, Jalys Hunt, let those boys eat next year. And
Mojo or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some depth on that defensive line, but man, why ruin a good thing, right? I mean, if you could keep Josh Sweat, he did say money is not everything, though, right? Yeah. He did say that. So that means, matter of fact, he wanted to stay last year when he was being reported on a trade block. He said, hey, I'll take less to stay. So he wants to stay in Philly. All right, this dude has earned a payday. Just don't lowball him too much. At least say, okay, this is what we got. Trying to keep everybody together, try to run it back, but this is how much we could offer you. He definitely going to be worth at least, I would say, between $13, $14 million a year. If you give him that, because right now I think he's like at 10, a 1-year deal at $10 million. So he at least deserve a $4 million annual raise. So I would definitely try to keep him for sure. But yeah, he did. He was that driving force on that defensive, line from the jump. They double teamed Jalen Carter. Like, Jalen Carter was doing his own damage, but no sacks for Jalen Carter. Davis got a sack. Milton Williams got 2 sacks. So 2 of our biggest free agents on the defense line both got 2 sacks. Josh Sweat had 2.5. Milton Williams had 2 sacks. So, I mean, Milton Williams we might not be able to keep, but I could, having a good edge rusher is critical. If we let go of Josh Sweat, then we better be going after Myles Garrett. Like, you know what I mean? Because you need a dominant edge rusher to set the edge to go after the quarterback and pin their ears back.
He said Huff said he came for the bag during the Super Bowl media day. That's why that food didn't play. Yeah, man, that's all he was playing for. He's an ignorant bastard. But, you know, he is a chess piece we could use since we didn't use him. You can't say if he would have been good or not. You know what I'm saying? We just benched his ass. So, you know, it's a possibility we can get rid of him probably this year. And hopefully we do, because he don't
trade him for Cleveland, Myles Garrett. If you trade Huff for Myles Garrett, but then you throw a first-round pick, that 32nd pick, you know, to Cleveland with Huff, and possibly a third next year, so that's a 1 and a 3 in Huff, get rid of him. Get rid of him.
1 and 3 and a half, that would definitely work. I would love that. But to be honest with you, we're going to talk about that too, because I would rather go a different route than that moving forward. But let's just talk about some of the special things that happened this year. What was this one? Let's see what we got up in here to talk about. You know, we got the Saquon Barkley story. We're going to do some offense.
All right, hold on real quick before you do that. Hey, one more unsung hero from Sunday. Do you know who that was? I'm going to see. Jake Elliott. This dude was 4 for 4 in field goals and 4 for 4 in extra points. He scored 16 points by himself. Remember, you know what I mean? We got 40. That pick 6 from Cooper, right? Mm-hmm. But he scored 16 points, you know, a 50-yarder, a 40-yarder, a 42-yarder. I mean, all his extra points, man. If he was missing, that would have been, you know what I mean? That could also, you know, kind of would have changed the game plan a little bit. So Jake Elliott, man, showed up again in the biggest moment in the Super Bowl. That is 3 Super Bowls that he's actually been clutching. You know, so regardless what he's going on throughout the regular season, but when he came to the postseason so far, he's been there. He's been clutch for us.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, they said the Super Bowl, 127.7 million people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What happened to I'm not watching the Super Bowl? This is going to be, you know, this is going to be one of the worst Super Bowls ever. Everybody wanted to see either the 3P happen or the 3P don't happen. So regardless which side of the fence that you was on, you was tuning in, at least peeking in. People don't understand. Even if you don't watch the game, you turn your TV to the game, that counts as viewership. So regardless, you know what I mean? If you was in your kitchen listening to the game, whatever it was, 126, the most in Super Bowl ever? Come on, man. Yo, Eagles run the NFL, man. We are the team that people want to turn in and see. Shoot.
He said Johan Dotson. Yeah, Johan Dotson, man, himself a little night. I wish he would have scored. I told my buddy, and if you watched it on Facebook or Twitter, I don't think I put it on YouTube, but I did my little pregame, whatever, and I said that we're going to blow them out 38-17. I said the defense is going to destroy Patty Mahomes. And I said unsung hero will be Johan Dotson. You know, with them covering A.J. Smitty, he would get some plays at Super Bowl. And I wish he would have kept that knee up, man. He would have got that touchdown. My buddy would have won.
I mean, or if the ball was a little bit further, he would have walked in.
I tell my buddy, he go, give me a guest pick. I go, if you put the money on Johan Dotson scoring a touchdown, I said, I will run it. And he was a yard away from winning $1,000. He was so mad. He goes, no, because I thought it was a touchdown. I was like, yeah, he got a touchdown, right? But he didn't get that touchdown. But he still
had more receiving yards than AJ.
Yeah, a couple of really nice catches, which is good, Eagles fan. You know, it took for us to get through that bye week or those 2 games without Jalen playing, where the backups were actually throwing him the football. He almost had 100 yards one of those games. You know, he had 2 good games, and Jalen grew confidence. He's like, wow, I guess if they can throw him the ball, I guess I can throw him the ball too. And that's going to be good moving forward for this offense, because you got a first-round pick in Johan Dotson that now if he's getting incorporated into this offense, that's one more weapon you got to watch out for next year when it comes to this football team, because I think he's still on his rookie contract.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He is. He's absolutely. We have him for 2 more years because technically he's a first-round pick, so you could franchise tag him. But I'm pretty sure, hey, whatever happens. But yes, the Philadelphia Eagles had 2 number ones and Johan Dotson. But Johan Dotson is underrated. I'm telling you, if you use him the right way, he could be that piece that AJ Smitty. Like I said, man, he had more receiving yards than AJ Brown. Because nobody is paying him attention. Everybody's paying AJ attention, Smitty attention, Goddard. But Johan Dotson could really do some damage in this offense. So, yes, that catch was beautiful, man. I hope he scored, man. He only got 1 touchdown on the season, but the postseason, man, hey, could you imagine you scoring your touchdown in the Super Bowl? And the Commanders let you go, and you call a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
man, it's.
And we talk about Jalen. He did some things to enter another tier. So the Eagles, that's the one for the Eagles that enter another tier. Where's the other one for Jalen? I was looking for other veteran. Yeah,
right there. So
I like that one.
Your Slay, man. Like the only thing that was missing, I don't know if he's a first ballot, but he definitely belonged, in the Hall of Fame later on. And,
he didn't win the first one with us, right? We got him right.
This is the only one. Lane Johnson, definitely. He was already a Hall of Famer with that 1 Super Bowl, and now he's a 2-time Super Bowl. Brandon Graham. He's borderline. He's definitely an Eagle Hall of Famer.
Yes.
But if Eli could get in with 2 Super Bowls for that trash year, career he had, then Brandon Graham, goddamn it, should get.
Eli got 2 GOAT killers, okay, on his resume. 2 GOAT killers.
He got 2 GOAT killers too. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. What you talking about?
Yeah, he got both.
You know what I mean? So look, man. So if you got to between Eli Manning and Brandon Graham, who had the most successful career, like Eli Manning was an average quarterback. He made 2 great throws. 2 great throws that everybody gonna know about. 2 great throws. The one on the sideline to Manningham and the one to Tyree, the helmet catch. 2 great throws. He had an outstanding defense and 2 great throws.
And good running game.
Really good running game.
Yeah.
But that was interception for touchdown for his whole career was 50-50. You know what I mean? So if he get in there
right now, both of those guys are almost about to retire.
Yeah.
Slade and BG. So right now
they do want to play 1 more year though. He said, after next year he's done, but he would love it to be with the Eagles. But he knows that it may not be possible. But if he take a pay cut, I run it back because Rodgers right now, we don't know. We got Rodgers for how many?
1 year.
So he's a free agent, huh?
Yeah.
So Rodgers is a free agent. Ringo, man, yeah. Your Slade got to go then. Yeah, Slade got to go. I want to keep Rodgers, man. You know what I mean? Keep that core young in the secondary with speed. But yeah,
okay. So one, I think with this Super Bowl, Slade should be, like you said, maybe not first ballot, but second ballot. But what do you think of the narrative now? Because our boy Cooper DeJean ended up having the highest graded. He was the highest graded cornerback all year.
Okay.
Where did that go? So are we keeping Cooper? If Slay leaves, are you keeping Cooper DeJean inside the slot?
Yes.
It's the birthday boy. We thought it was gonna be Saquon, but it was Cooper DeJean with the birthday magic. He got to pick up the GOAT as a rookie and take it to the damn house in the Super Bowl. Didn't get an interception all year long, but in the biggest stage, on the biggest game, on his birthday, pick 6, Mahomes. And really after that, that's when the game was really over. That shit was a wrap.
Yeah. It's 17-0, man. That's when he made it. Early too. So yes, I would definitely keep him in the slot because I think having Cooper DeJean in a slot is a checkmate on the defense. Because so if you tell me that you could have, okay, let's just say the best corner on our team, right, in the nickel, what's the harm of him covering tight ends? covering slot wide receivers, especially if you have a shutdown outside corners already. So why mess it up? I mean, the reason why he's successful like that, because I really think that nickel, that slot position, like, so you can move him around all over on the defensive side, is why he's so good. He's making so much plays. Like I mean, you're not keeping him on one side on an island. That's why we don't hear a lot about Mitchell, right? You know what I mean? Mitchell is our best corner, but we don't hear a lot about him because he's on an island. They barely throw his way, but Cooper is moving like a linebacker, like covering tight end. He's following the running back. So that's where we need to use him, and that's the best, place for him that I think.
Yeah, I think we should keep him there too, like, because you don't know. You don't want to mess it up. Like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let him stay where it's at. And it's not only that. He gets so physical in that slot position.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the most physical cornerbacks in the league in that slot. Like, he was checking Kelce at the line. You know what I'm saying? Keeping him off the line, keeping him off balance. Like, and Kelce's a all-pro, freaking all-world tight end, and he couldn't even really get open on him. So I think we keep him there. Let Rodgers and Ringo battle it out if Slay does go. And what about BG though? If BG Hall of Famer, we saying another one that might not be
rotational piece, man. Yeah, he's okay with being a rotational piece. If he's okay with being a rotational piece, if we sign, Josh Sweat back or whoever else that we bring back to be the opposite of Nolan Smith, because I think Nolan Smith is your starter. All right, you're not going to move him to be rotational no more. Now BG could come in, you know what I mean, like he was doing a couple years ago. When we went to the Super Bowl, he wasn't a starter. It was Reddick and Sweat, but he was on a rotational piece. So the reason why BG started this year was because Huff was so bad. Huff was so bad, that they kept him moving BG. When BG got hurt, Nolan Smith, rise up now. So now you got Nolan Smith. You could, rotate BG, fresh body, and find another edge. But you definitely bring them back for one more year. Look, all these guys that want to come back for one more year, you find a way to squeeze them in there, because I don't think they're going to want to break the bank, especially the end of their career. 2 Super Bowl, 1 Super Bowl already. Hey, they're trying to see, hey, let's see if we could win another one. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of these older vets, not the young guys, not the Milton Williams, not the Josh Sweat, but the Slay and BG, if they want to come back, just let them come back on a cheaper deal for 1 year and retire.
But if they want to go out like Fletch and Kels, I think we have the replacements in house. We didn't even talk about Jalen Hunt, man, rookie. He played his lights out right there. Hey, that boy looks dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we need BG. I don't think we need Huff no more.
It's the rotational, man. We gotta have
rotation. You got Jalen, Nolan, and then you got Sweat.
But Sweat is gone. So, but we need that rotational piece, man. Look, what made us so successful the other night was, they kept on throwing. Even Jordan Davis, he came in there, right? So now you had that rotational piece going on. BG came in there. Hunt came in there. You know what I mean? So you had that fresh body for 4 quarters. Kept on hunting. Now, if you had to start the same 4, man, there's no way you was going to be, getting that much push. Yo, they didn't do nothing exotic. They used their strength and just say, boom, I'm in for a couple plays. Let me go balls to the wall. You know what I mean? Boom, just go. So I definitely think you need that rotational piece, man. Both times we won the Super Bowl, we had great rotational depth pieces.
And we've seen that our boy Carson Wentz made it to another Super Bowl on the sideline there. Just think about how he's done with this, man. Since we traded Wentz, look what we got out of the Wentz trade, man.
Damn.
We got Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Jalen Carter, and Cooper DeJean. Talk about cornerstones to your team from one player. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Willie and Dylan Howie got us 4 starters.
Yeah, in a way, Carson Wentz helped us win 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He was the key in 2 Super Bowls. Congratulations, Carson Wentz. He was the cornerstone of 2 Super Bowls that we had. The first one with Nick Foles, he brought us there. Week 16, whatever, he get hurt, but still number 1 seed. And hey, the rest is history. And now those 4 guys, once again, we won another Super Bowl. And thank you, Carson Wentz. Even though he was a sore loser, he didn't shake our boy's hand.
Yeah, he's a bastard. I hate him. No, I love him. Like you said, thank you for the 2 Super Bowls, Carson. You're the best. Just tell him, just keep taking money from teams, guy. Keep taking money from teams. What we got here? What was this one again? I can't even see it.
Eagles defensive line during the playoffs, 92 pressures, 15 sacks, 54% pass rush win rate. I mean, 92 pressures, right? We only played 4 games. This isn't the playoffs. We only played 4 games.
And the fact that we had 15 sacks, and I think we had 44 sacks in the season, but in 4 games we got 15 of them, man, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah, this team got better and better. Because I also think that the defensive line started being set, right? Number 97. Who's number 97 for us?
Ajomo?
Was that Booker? Or was that Booker?
One of those 2, Ajomo or Booker?
Yeah, one of those 2. Now he started being next to Carter. No, Milton Williams was starting to be next to Carter on like more than Jordan Davis. Like once they established that defensive front and had that rotation going, now they was more comfortable playing next to each other, games after games after games. Now they start getting after the quarterbacks. I mean, the quarterbacks that we went against in this playoff run. This playoff run, if you look at the quarterbacks from Jordan Love, that the media was like, oh my God, after they beat Dallas last year and took the Lions to the 49ers, whatever, in the second round, almost beat them. They came in as Jordan Love, the next great quarterback, took them down the first round, right? And then Matthew Stafford, Hall of Fame, borderline, who knows, Super Bowl win, took him down. And then Jaden Daniel, the hottest quarterback, took him down. And then Patrick Mahomes. Like these quarterbacks is night and day from 2 years ago when we had Daniel Jones and Brock Purdy / Christian McCaffrey / this road to this Super Bowl was harder than 2 years ago by far. We had played all 4 games. Last time, we only had to play 3 because we had home field advantage with the first round bye. So to play these 4 quarterbacks and to dominate these quarterbacks the way we did, it says a lot about the talent on the defense more than anything.
He said, "What's the us guys? Nolan and Jalen's going to push each other to be the best they can be next year." Reid, yeah, you damn right. They do push each other, man. Those are firecrackers. Nolan Smith might be the most physical guy we got on defense, man. That guy's an animal. He's out there. That first year really humbled him and made him realize he's going to have to step his game up, and goddamn, he stepped it up. I cannot say anything bad about him all year long. He balled out. He put pressure on, every quarterback this year I've seen out there. So, yeah, I think definitely they're going to be 2 guys on that end you're going to have to worry about stopping next year for sure. For sure, I agree with that, man. But like you said, the last 2 games alone, throughout the postseason, 145 points, which is the most ever in postseason history.
Yeah.
Most ever in postseason history, my guy.
Yeah. The offense had to wake up this postseason. They had to. Yes, the defense was great, but the offense had to wake up, especially the last 2 games, the NFC Championship game and this game. They had to wake up. 95
points to 45 points.
Yeah.
And that's the most ever, too, in a championship, divisional and Super Bowl together. The 95 points. I think the previous record was 87. We got the most points scored ever.
Well, the Super Bowl, when Brady and Nick Foles, wasn't it like 38-35 or something, 38-33?
The 2 games together?
No, the Super Bowl. That's not the highest scoring Super Bowl, is it? No, that's not the highest scoring Super Bowl.
We don't have the highest scoring Super Bowl, but as the two teams together.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah. Yeah, 55, you know what I mean, in the NFC Championship game is unheard of. And of course, look, I mean, that 22 points from the Chiefs, man, hey, don't get confused now. It wasn't that close. I mean, those garbage yards, you know what I mean? It's some garbage yards versus Brown and freaking McCollum, whatever his name was, on that big bomb to Xavier Worthy. But I mean, this defense was okay. So is this the best Philadelphia team ever? History, Eagles history. Is this the best Philadelphia Eagles team? Period. No other team will ever come close to this.
Oh, man, just from all the magical things, look at Jalen, numbers, highest graded quarterback championship weekend. Just like the biggest one too that people don't realize too is our boy Saquon Barkley, 2,504 yards, most rushing yards ever in NFL history. You know what I'm saying? The turnovers that we did on defense was amazing. It's just, if you put all this stuff together, it's like, how can you not say it was the best season ever? The best season ever in Philadelphia. I would say we're the most dominating team, Eagles team ever.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't recall that many games, where, we had a lot of games where players were sitting out this year. And we even won some games with a lot of players missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had to be the most dominant performance, man. Like, and then when you throw in the playoff with it too, I don't think we ever were that good. I think that year we won a Super Bowl. We did good in the playoffs, but it wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't that dominating for sure.
Yo, let me go even further, man. I think this is probably one top three, maybe the number one team in NFL history, most dominant Super Bowl team. Like, especially with all the stats that you just put up. And then that number one defense, right? To dominate this postseason, like, to have the single season leading rusher, right? Of the whole season. I think that this 2024 Philadelphia Eagles team is probably going to go down in history, NFL history, as one of the best teams in NFL history this season.
So the season go out, the best team in history for one team to have, for sure. I can deal with that. That begs the question now that Jalen has a Super Bowl MVP, is Jalen Hurts the best Eagles quarterback of all time?
I mean, yeah, you have to say that because Nick Foles got a Super Bowl, but he wasn't like, first of all, Jalen Hurts been in 2 Super Bowls. No other Eagles quarterback has ever done that, right?
5 NFC championships.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, even with 5 NFC championship, 1 Super Bowl. So yes, he's been in 2 Super Bowls, but not only that, like I said, he should have been 2-time Super Bowl MVP. He was that phenomenal, and 2 of the biggest games in the 2 biggest Super Bowls, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes every time in both games. Right. 1 turnover, 2 turnovers? Patrick Mahomes got 7 interceptions in the postseason, which is tied second in postseason history. 7. So he got 1 interception, 1 fumble. But he accounted for, 3 touchdowns this one, 4 touchdowns last one, 7 touchdowns, and 2 Super Bowls, right? That he accounted for. You know what I mean? So you have to put him right now over Donovan McNabb, yes, he is the greatest Eagle quarterback ever right now. And he's so young. He's still young.
And he look at it like, what was that one? Devontae Smith becomes the 4th player ever to win the Heisman
a national championship
and a Super Bowl. My God.
Yeah.
That's
man. He was so emotional when he caught, like, that bomb that Jalen Hurts threw to him, man. That was a beautiful throw. Almost got knocked down, but he held on to that ball. Man, he was, I got it. He held on to that, man. I'm glad that Devontae Smith, he scored a touchdown. A.J. Brown scored a touchdown, because those two wide receivers deserve to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl trophy, man. You know what I mean? Those are the two greatest wide receivers that we had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in Eagles history. So this whole, roster right now, from Jalen Hurts, the best quarterback that we had in Eagles history, the two wide receivers, Barkley, like, hey, at least for one season, the best Eagle running back ever.
Ever in one season. He had the best season ever by running back, period.
Yeah.
Even this Alabama thing, first time ever, a quarterback and a receiver in a national title game is in the Super Bowl, scoring touchdowns. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's a beast, man. He's a beast. Jalen Hurts, Devontae, that's going to be something to see moving forward for years and years to come. It's so exciting to be an Eagles fan. I feel like our window is it just kicked open
open. Like it just opened, man. Like, winning the first championship, like, being so young, winning the first championship, now it was like, hey, we know what it takes. The only thing is they got to stay hungry. With Jalen Hurts, he's always going to be hungry, right? A.J. Brown, he's always going to be hungry. Devontae Smith, we got guys. Yes, people say, hey, A.J. Brown may be a diva, whatever, but he's hungry, right? He wants to be great. He's not like, boom, I got paid. Well, I can take, the rest of the year off. No, they want to be great. And that's what's so great about them, and they're young.
I like this one too. NFC East is already the only division to have each team win a Super Bowl, but now all four teams have multiple Super Bowls. Is the NFC East the best division in football history?
See, look, the problem is this. You have to take the Cowboys and the Commanders out. Like, you have to, because they haven't done shit for us in so long.
Back in the day when we weren't doing shit, they won 5.
I hear you, but we still was going to NFC championships, right? You know what I mean? Yes, those are Super Bowls. But before the Super Bowl, we still had three.
Champions.
3 champions. So we've been, but they got the Super Bowls all in once, right? You're just like, boom, let's get them, and that's it. We've been carrying this division. Since 2000. 25 years. We've been making this division look good for 25 years. That is consistency right there. You know what I mean? And so since 2000, we've been to 4 Super Bowls? Since 2000?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we've been like at least 7 NFC championships. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Cowboys in
everything. Jalen went to high school, college, won a national championship, and been to 2 Super Bowls and won a Super Bowl MVP all before since the last time the Cowboys even been in the Super Bowl. So they ain't got nothing to say no more.
Yeah,
the Cowboys fan
wasn't even born.
Huh?
Jalen Hurts wasn't even born the last time that the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. He wasn't born. Yeah. Jalen Hurts is only 26. It's been 30 years. 95 was the last time the Cowboys. So 30 years. Well, half our roster wasn't even born.
Yeah.
And for us, you know what I mean? So the Giants and the Eagles been carrying this division. As bad as the Giants been, they had 2 good years. But at least you can say over the past, since 2007. Since 2007 to now, in the 18-year span, the Giants and the Eagles, out of 18 years, they won 4 Super Bowls. We kept the division afloat. Not the Cowboys. The Cowboys didn't even pass the second round. They haven't been past the second round, bro. And the Commanders, you know what I mean? Yeah, they got this far, you know what I mean? So congrats to them. But shoot, they haven't been doing shit also in 30 years. So the Eagles and the Giants has been the only two teams carrying the division. That's why. So if you want to say yes, I guess, because you can say the same thing for the AFC too. The Patriots and the Chiefs, right? So I guess you could say, yeah, we've been.
He said BG and Jason was young as last time the Cowboys won something. You're right.
Wow, how
old was I?
Man, I was 14.
Yeah. Somewhere right around that age.
14 in 95.
A long time ago since the Cowboys won. Because I remember when Emmett Smith, I used to always like, people always try to compare him to Barry Sanders. I was like, nah, man. Barry's way better than Emmett. Emmett had these big ass holes. You know, you got Larry Johnson, Nate Newton, all these cats up there putting holes the sides of the school buses this guy's running through. I'm like, nah, it's all Barry, baby. So yeah, I was definitely a youngin. You know, last time
I was like 13 years old.
We didn't have cell phones back then, my guy. Like, we were still on VHS. I was playing Atari back then, or Nintendo.
Go Birds.
Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Thanks for talking about. Yeah, wherever you guys at, hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know, my voice is out, but you know, we're gonna definitely fucking be rocking it all off season.
5 years old the last time the Cowboys won. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, so the Eagles has been the most dominant team in the NFC. I want to say the NFC, not the East only, but the NFC. Like even when Andy Reid was there, you know, we was dominant. Like, you know what I mean? So they've been the team that's been carrying the NFC for a while. Yes, we don't have as many Super Bowls, but every year, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles are at least going to compete for a championship, not a wild card, not the second round, but at least trying to make a deep playoff run. And that's how it is.
Love it, Jason. My favorite player was Jerome Brown. Yeah, that was a great one. He definitely, life got cut too short there because he would have been a great. We could have possibly won something back then and day if he would have stayed alive. Him and Reggie White together were beasts. He said AJ had a great game. Had a touchdown before halftime.
Yep.
Yeah, if he would have both of them, what happened on that play? Like somebody was holding or something?
When?
The first touchdown got called back.
No, he didn't get a touchdown the first time. The first drive was a penalty, was a offensive pass interference, but that was a touchdown. That was like
he scored a touchdown, I thought.
No, he scored a touchdown.
One of them got called back.
No, he scored one touchdown, and that was it.
I remember early he scored a touchdown.
No.
Let me know, chat. Who's right?
He didn't. Johan Dotson was supposed to score a touchdown one. Like Johan Dotson was supposed to score one. Yeah, that's one. And then AJ cut through the middle before half. I think that was the 24 nothing one. That's two. And then Devontae Smith. But the one that got called back was the offensive pass interference. Like our first drive, 4th and 2, AJ just running down the sideline, Jalen Hurts, boom, flag. I was like, oh my God. I was like this. Here we go. It started already. First drive, 4th and 2, offensive pass interference. Even Tom Brady is saying, oh my God, man, you don't call that. The referees are saying, man, you don't call that, you know. And so, yeah. But I've been watching football and the Eagles since 97, so I haven't actually seen the Cowboys. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't remember the Cowboys Super Bowl. I don't know if I was really watching, like, in-depth football like that, but man, I really don't remember them winning. Like, I think the first Super Bowl I watched was
I don't remember because I remember
the 1 yard short, the 1 yard short one, the Rams and the Titans. Remember, like the Rams. That was the first Super Bowl I actually watched because I used to be in church on Sunday.
I remember when DeJean won with the Cowboys, then went to the Niners and won with the Niners, or vice versa. That's why I remember that era at that time. Deion Sanders was that big player that he went to both teams and scored 1 Super Bowls with. That's the only reason I really remember that. But hey, that's still, no matter what, you're right. It was a long ass time ago. And they definitely can say something. Another guy needs to get some more love. They ain't been getting no love, man. It's this guy right here, Vic Fangio. That go. He finally came. we've seen so many versions of his defense that did not work out. The GOAT came in and
I told you, I'm sous chef
on a go, baby, like that. Where does this rank Vic? Just make him the number one defense coordinator in the league.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's definitely the number one defensive coordinator right now in the league. I mean, absolutely.
With the Super Bowl, does he pass Jimmy Johnson for the best defensive coordinator in NFL history?
Who, Jim Johnson? Like our Eagles?
Yeah.
I mean, we never won a Super Bowl with them.
But we had dominating defenses, right?
I don't care. Did we win? See, I'm like Jalen Hurts. Did we win? I mean, I don't care about how dominant we were. Did we win?
Is Andy Reid the best coach in Eagles history?
No.
Oh.
He didn't win. He's just Andy Reid.
Oh shit.
Andy Reid is the sexiest losing coach in Eagles history.
Whoa, man. I don't know, man. I don't think I ever have gotten over the point. I know he didn't win. But 5 straight NFC championships.
5 straight losers.
Hey, but he lost that Super Bowl the same way he lost this one. He refused to run the damn ball. I was shocked. Hunt had a great playoff run, you know what I'm saying? Pacheco was starting to heat back up. That was one of the biggest things I was really worried about going into this matchup. Was like, if these guys get hot, you know what I'm saying, that could be some problems on this defense. But they didn't even run the ball.
Yeah.
They didn't run the ball at all.
Yeah, and that's what we was telling Chuck. We was like, hey, y'all got the Andy Reid that learned from his mistake when he went to Kansas City, because we was always screaming, run the ball in Philly, right? We was always run the ball. So what happened this past Sunday night? They panicked, and Andy Reid went to what he knows how to do best: throw the ball, like drop back and throw the ball. If they were running the ball, I don't even think running the ball would have helped. Like, honest truth, this defense was so dominant.
They had to slow us down some way, though.
No, because they was running into the way this defense was. The edge was bending like this. They were coming out wide. They forced Patrick Mahomes to step up. When he stepped up, that's when boom, like they were coming like this. So if you're running the ball, what would have stopped the Eagles was the quick throws that they started doing the first drive they had it when they got their one first down. Quick throw to Juju. I was like, oh, man, here we go. And they was doing the quick throws like wide receiver screen, running back screen, tight end screen, quick throws. Even if you just throw it and they get 1 or 2 yards, who cares? But that would stop the rush from coming. But he didn't do none of that. He was just drop back, throw, sack.
So this is what their game plan was, to stop Saquon and then backfire on him. But I also think on offense, they watched the way Fangio played. And I guess Fangio used to blitz Patty Mahomes a lot. That's why he didn't get wins. You know, Patty didn't score very many points on him, but he didn't get the wins was because he was always blitzing, and Patty would always come up with something, and get the W. So the fact that we didn't blitz one time, they were probably expecting they dialing up plays to, be set up for blitzes that never came the whole damn game.
Yep.
Like eventually they're going to do it, so let's call this play. Okay, eventually they're going to blitz, so let's call this play. Look for the how Reid. Let's call this play. And it was 7 in that secondary the whole damn game.
Facts. I didn't think that we was going to get that much pressure. I thought that we was blitzing. I literally thought that we was blitzing. Because I'm like, whoa, damn.
They were getting it way too fast.
But but then when I stopped, I'm like, wait, there's only 4 people. Like the same way we thought is what Patrick Mahomes thought too, right? He thought there were more people coming.
He was seeing ghosts.
He was.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes we weren't even there, but he was like,
he was getting hit. Even when they didn't get the sack, he was getting hit. I mean, and you are exactly right. They prepared a game plan saying, hey, we watched Vic Fangio all year. They can't really get to the quarterback with, unless they bring 5, unless they try to do that. So now let's put a game plan for the blitz. You know what I mean? Hey, if you don't blitz, that's right. Hey, we're good. but they never blitzed. 4-man front. That rotation was ferocious and kept on coming. I didn't even see the subs. I didn't even see who was coming in and out. All I saw was 4 every time. 4 every time. And then
kept hitting them.
I saw Jalen Hunt like this. I'm like, damn, he's in. I thought that was Sweat. I thought that was and Sweat was switching on the other side too. Oh, did you see that Sweat was on the other side? He was with Nolan Smith. Like they switch. Nolan Smith and Josh Sweat. They switch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they found a weakness, and that's what happened.
And when you put your best guard out at tackle, you know what I'm saying? He's not the best tackle. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hear that because he's been out there for 5-6 games, and they've been winning.
Yeah, but they ain't played a defense like the Eagles. I said that too. I told you, if you looked at their schedule, they didn't play nobody like us for real.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't play no one that had a complete team like us to make them feel good. And they were only barely 13 straight games, 1-score game or something like that.
And the Bills beat them early in the season.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, yeah. They won 11 games.
For sure.
Yeah, they won 11 games, 7 points or less. 11 games.
Yeah.
With 7 points or less. And then I told people, if you're in a game with the Chiefs with 7 points or less, something's going to happen. The ref is going to give them a call to extend their drive. Something's going to happen. So yeah, that's what happened. This game was was such a blowout that the ref could not save them. The refs could not save them this time. It was such a wide ass whooping that the refs could not even. There wasn't enough penalties that they could call to save them.
Did you see? They jump in the Eagles' face, try to get him to do something. They put CJG. They put his hand behind his back, like, nope, not even. I'm not saying shit. I'm not doing shit. I'm just being good. You know what I'm saying? Karma.
Yeah,
karma. He said, "Thank you,
Mahomes got hit in the face." And you saw that? You saw that one, right? Mahomes got hit in the face, but the ball was already out. Fumble. Yeah. Yo, Carter. I was like, damn, the ref ain't doing shit.
Love Jay, you're right. Thank you, Giants, man. Look what the boy Saquon did this year. Look at this guy, man. All pro. Pro Bowl. Everything, all world he was. And I think I got the stats too. This is the first year in Philly and his last year as a Giant. Look at the goddamn difference. 962 yards, just 2,005 yards in this season, my guy. He had about 98 more attempts this year, which is better. He got a little bit over double the touchdowns to 5.8 yards per carry. And guess what? He never been to the playoffs ever, except for that one time. Never. Wait, he did have a playoff appearance.
Yeah, against us a couple years ago.
No playoff appearance. They got that wrong. But we played in the playoffs. But still, no, maybe they meant no Super Bowl or NFC Championship divisional. I don't think they made it out. Did they make it out? Yeah, they made it out divisional round 2, huh? That year they played.
Yeah, they made it out. No, out the wild card. They beat the Vikings.
Okay, so they didn't win a divisional round, but they made it to divisional round. But yeah, still Super Bowl first season. Like, how scary is this? Knowing that this is what we did. Tell me the truth. Do you think these numbers here can be better next year? Because this is so great for your very first season going to a team. We still got the same receivers out there. We still got the same quarterback out there. We're still going to pretty much have the same offensive line out there. And we see numbers like this every single year that Saquon Barkley's an Eagle.
No, absolutely not.
And
a lot of things got to line up. No, a lot of things have to line up. Health. He had 345 carries this year. He has so many 60-yard, 70-yard, long runs. Health is important too, man. And that was the biggest thing why a lot of teams did not really go after him, was because of the, injury history he had.
But
this is once in a lifetime, though. Yeah, but
But you know what about that too? I'm out there.
You can put that down now.
Yeah, where to go? To debunk that health thing, think about the players. AJ wasn't very healthy. He still gets nicked up from time to time. Swift wasn't healthy before he came to Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else was there was another good player that we had that before he came to us. He wasn't that healthy. Jordan Howard, but then he kind of got hurt a little bit. But Swift for sure. I think there was someone. I think it was AJ Brown too. Those guys had real health issues, just like Saquon Barkley. But when they came to the Philadelphia Eagles, they've been fairly healthy.
I think that he could average with the Philadelphia Eagles, average for the rest of his career, 1,500 yards. What he
brought that much.
Yeah, I just think that teams adjust, man. Defense adjusts.
You can't adjust the size, though.
No. That's not the thing. Defense.
A lot of those adjustments. The only reason why you think about it, though, a lot of those teams that he went off on, their star players on the defensive line were tweeners. You know what I'm saying? They're smaller guys. When your line is averaging 6'6", 340, 350, they're gonna always be able to do that to you. Unless you you had Washington that had a bigger line. There's a couple of teams out there that Chris Jones is a big boy. They have a big line over there in Kansas City. Unless you got a defensive line that has some big boys on it, you won't be able to stop that.
I just think, to have in a historic season, a lot of things got to break your way, man. We know that. Man, we know that everything all the stars got to align. This year, all the stars were aligned for the Philadelphia Eagles because nobody thought that Barkley was going to do this. Nobody saw this coming. To almost break the NFL rushing record, you choose not to because, the goal was bigger than that. Man, I get it. But, man, the 60, 70 yards that he was breaking, teams were not playing. Man, I just don't – I think 1,500 yards, yearly, he could do. Because now the pressure is going to be on.
I think he's going to break Eric Dixon's single-season record.
No.
I think so. Because, listen, the offense we put together this year, the game plan we put together this year, like Kurt said, we could have passed more if we wanted to. We weren't doing nothing special in the run game. Saquon is just that talented. Putting the guy. Remember Emmitt Smith 3 years in a row when they won 3 in a row was because Emmitt Smith was a decent running back, but that offensive line was so big there was no one able to stop him for 3 years in a row. Why can't you see that happening with Saquon and we keep this line together? You know what I'm saying? We keep this line together. He's gonna always have. He's not getting touched to 4 or 5 yards after. And when you give a guy that's that explosive, that much head of steam. No matter what, we're all as long as we still got the next 3 years, we still got AJ and Smitty, that takes pressure off of him. We still got Jalen Hurts, that takes pressure off him. Those other opponents takes pressure off him, have to do special stuff. And I can see it being like the playoffs, 2 games rushing, 2 games passing, where every third game Jalen comes out and have a nice passing game to keep the numbers going good for the Devontae and AJ. Because I believe as long as AJ gets 1,000 yards a season, that way he's 1K always open, he'll be fine. And Devontae doesn't really have, as long as he's winning Super Bowls, he don't care to have 1,000 yards or not. You know what I'm saying? If he's winning Super Bowls, he's good with it. So I really feel like we should do the same thing next year.
Not because teams are going to play like the Chiefs did. Chiefs are going to try. But look, they get paid, BG. You acting like that these defense coordinators do not get paid.
But the
problem is this. Look, I hear you. No running back has had this season and then come back. Team adjust, right? So if teams start saying, okay, Jalen, you're Super Bowl MVP, we want you to beat us now. We want you to go. But the problem is this.
Back Super Bowls.
What?
Terrell Davis he had 2
historical seasons like this.
Right now, he's now 2nd and 3rd in most yards in a season, including the playoffs, Terrell Davis. Because he did it back-to-back years when they won. That's why they won 2 Super Bowls back-to-back. Yeah, they had Shannon Sharp. Yeah, they had McCaffrey. But it was because Terrell Davis rushed 2 years in a row and had the most yards per scrimmage, most rushing yards per scrimmage from any running back 2 years in a row. And I think that Saquon can do it.
I mean, it's not the thing that he can't do it. It's teams are going to make Jalen Hurts beat them. Look, I don't care. I'm telling you right now, BG, teams are going to play a lot more like Kansas City did, trying to force Jalen Hurts to beat them. And they're going to say, hey, do it again. Last year we thought that Saquon was, was still with the Giants, I guess. But this year we are loading. We're going to play Philadelphia to stop Barkley. Everybody is going to load the box to stop Barkley, blitz stop Barkley.
But Jay-Z, they were doing that this year. You forgot.
No, it wasn't.
The Rams don't want to. You don't think the Rams, out of all people, the record for most 60-plus yards was 4.
The Rams had lightweights. Like the Rams were a bad run-stopping defense anyway. The Rams is not
the best with defensive rookie of the year. I'm saying that there are certain teams out. A lot of teams out there do not have big defensive linemen no more because it was a passing league. A lot of your linemen are Milton Williams size. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they're not good, but they're Milton Williams size linemen.
It's not the linemen that is more critical in run stopping. It is your linebackers.
Yes, it is. When you
busting through your linemen when they get engaged. That's why
those linemen never get to the running back because we're double teaming people and we're blowing up that defensive lineman back into linebackers. And even if they don't go back into linebackers, our offensive linemen.
Why do you think the linebackers have so much more sacks? They're not tackling wide receivers, bro. They're tackling running backs. Who they tackling? Tell me, BG.
Let me tell.
Who are they tackling? Zach Bond had 151 combined tackles, right? A lot of it was running back, stopping the run, stuffing the run. That's what linebackers do, right? They're not covering the
We played Washington 3 times. They got big boys on the offensive line. Defensive line. Saquon went off on all 3 times. You played the Rams twice. Saquon went off on them for real 2 times. We played the damn Green Bay Packers twice. Saquon rushed on them 2 times. Like teams tried to stop him all year long. So you just say that I don't think they were loading the box. And that's why they were loading the box, and that's why everybody's like, you're not gonna be able to stop it. Why change it up? When no one, even if you're loading the box, some of his biggest runs came off the teams loading the box. So you're going to keep loading the box, and he's going to break the record for most 60-yard runs in the season next year. Then again, because with our offensive line, our receivers blocking the way they do, A.J. Brown's one of the most physical receivers. Devontae know how to get in your way long enough. And, and then you got that the rookie that was in blocking good, like he's his 3rd tight end. And our 2 tight end, Dallas Goddard's a good blocker, man. He can do this. I feel like he can do it again next year.
Health is going to be important because the games are longer. Like when Terrell Davis did it, it was 16 games. Like if you know what I mean, like now they're talking about 18 games now with playoffs. You know what I mean? So the body, look, if he does it, he does it. That's fine. But I'm just not expecting another 2,000 historic, rushing game from. Look, I'm expecting a more balanced attack from the Philadelphia Eagles next season than a 60-70% run team like they were this season.
I think it's going to be the same. The only difference is I think there's a lot of games Saquon even admitted, he could have did this to have more yards. He could have played 4th quarters. I think it'll be more one of those things where he's going to want to stay in a little bit more this time around so he can go ahead and get that record, man. Because I think he's going to get it.
Yeah, you're worried about stats, man. You're a stats guy, man.
It's not just a stats guy. It's not just a stats guy.
Man, you're just trying to get stats, man.
He's going to be a Super Bowl champion and be the best. He said he wants to be He said he wants to be the best running back of all time.
He wants to be fresh for the Super Bowl run.
He got a Super Bowl. He wants to be the best running back of all time. He wanted that record.
You see, that's not that one and done mentality. Oh, yeah, he got a Super Bowl already. Now it's all about, okay, hey, let's move on to the next topic, man. All right, man. If we're running, you know what I mean? Because we could be here all night debating about a running game that we don't even know 10 months from now is going to happen. Here we go.
How many times are we going to see this game in the next 10 years?
I want to say for the NFC side that I could see, because the NFC to me is going to get harder. I really think that our own division is going to get harder with the Commanders, with Dak. The Giants are going to be the Giants, and then you still got the Seahawks, the 49ers. I mean, but the AFC, I can see Patrick Mahomes back there next year. And it's just going to be, hey, who fought it out the NFC? Because the Lions are still going to be there. I mean, it's so much tougher in the NFC now, and it's ridiculous.
The AFC got all the teams, though. They got the Bills, they got the Kansas City, they got the Ravens, they got the Texans. Those are dominating teams, Bengals. You know what I'm saying?
But see, the AFC don't really play defense besides one division.
I just feel like they beat each other up to go to the Super Bowl. So by the time you get there,
the AFC,
yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers over there, like they beat each other up, and then
one division does. Yeah, one division is the AFC North. But the NFC, I think the 49ers are going to be physical. I think the Cowboys are going to go physical. I think the Commanders are going to be physical. I think the Eagles are going to be physical. The Seahawks are going to be physical. The Rams are going to be physical. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot of physical teams in the NFC. But I can see that matchup 2 more times. But I don't know how soon, but I can see them meeting up 2 more times.
Another good thing I seen inside the chat earlier was, is it possible, and do you think this was the start of an Eagles dynasty? Do you think we can win the next 2 with Saquon Barkley? And it's young. I think most of our young guys, they're on rookie contracts for the next 2 years.
Yeah, but you don't start talking about a dynasty until you win 2. Right? So if we win the next one, then yes, you can start talking about dynasty.
What's the probability of winning the next one? Basically, let's change the subject. Let's change your question. The probability of going back to back.
Well, it depends who stays, who goes, and right now the Eagles have $3.2 million, ranked number 22nd, cap. $3.2 million. We are at the number 22nd team right now. But of course, with Bradbury, he's still on our roster. He's gone. Now restructure a couple contract with Slay. You know what I mean? Like, do them. Josh Sweat, is he going to stay or go? But right now, we got like $3.2 million. It depends who goes, who stays. It's hard to repeat, man, and that's why the Chiefs are so impressive, right? I mean, with all that stuff. I mean, as long our offense is good, but now I think that we can. Like, our defense is young. We got Zach Bond is a must stay. Like, no Kobe Dean. I don't know what we're gonna get from him next year. This was a career year, but Burke, is Burke a free agent? Yeah, like, we need to bring him back. He played outstanding.
I can see a guy like him not coming back because they're gonna give Trotter Jr. some more play.
No, actually, but you look, once again, you need more depth at these positions. And that's why we was able to bring in Burke when no Kobe Dean went down. So, because you want to give Trotter more chances, that don't mean that you got to let Burke walk. Then who's the depth? That we need depth at these positions. And in order to win championship, you need depth. How many times Slay went out this year? At least 5 times in and out of games, but we had depth at the cornerback position. And no Kobe Dean went down. We had depth, in that position. Brendan Graham went down. We had depth. Depth is the key. So yes, Burks play a great. Go ahead.
But we still have draft free agency for depth pieces, my guy. As long as we have our starters, good depth comes along. We develop good depth. You're gonna pick up, Howie's gonna pick up the trenches, obviously in the draft. Free agency, you can find journeymen that are good. That's how we found Warren Burks. You know what I'm saying? He was on the Niners, got fucking blown out in the Super Bowl. They didn't want him no more. He came to our team, didn't have to play most of the year. When he finally did come in and play, he played good because he had something to prove. Howie's really good at going out, getting those guys that got something to prove. And there's 31 other teams out there with guys with something to prove. on their roster, they're going to get cut.
Yeah, I'm not saying, pay him a whole bunch of money, but I mean, if you want to stay for, and make him, because he knows the system too. A lot of things that works out is, continuity, right? Burks played, the back end of the season, really, right? Since what week was that? Week 13, 14, whatever. He's been playing, with Bond next to him. So, hey, if you could, as many guys you could keep on a championship roster, you keep. Continuity is everything also.
Yeah, that's true too. And that's why like we said, but that's not what we said too. If Slay or these guys going, you still got Jalen, you still got, Ringo and these guys too. I just feel like some of these guys, if you can't get them all, like we say, our top guys we need to get is Becton, Bond, Rodgers. Becton, Bond, Rodgers for sure. You get those three guys, I feel like, it's complete enough. You got your leader on defense. You got your CB1 or 2. Pulling might move to 1. So you got your CB2. And then you got your starting middle linebacker.
I don't think that the young players are going to take a discount. I think the older players might take a discount if they want to stay one more year, like Slay, BG. But payday, man, Josh Sweat, I don't think is going to get another opportunity to get a payday. Milton Williams, I don't think is going to get an opportunity to get a big payday unless right now you hot right now. You win the Super Bowl, you hot, you get paid.
What about Bond? Went from nobody to first team All Pro.
Yeah.
Does he take a discount to stay, or does he cash out now because he never thought his life was ever going to have this, be able to make this kind of money?
Yeah, but see, with him though, is a system under Vic Fangio. So because if he was always that player, he wouldn't be on the special team. Like he wasn't.
The Saints had good middle linebackers though.
Huh?
The Saints had good middle linebackers already though. That's why he didn't play middle linebacker. He was a whole nother position.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would keep Bond. I would. In fact, that's my main priority because the Philadelphia Eagles are. I'm tired of having this revolving door around linebackers. At least have one solid one and figure out the rest. So you definitely keep Bond. He's a must keep. Bond is but I don't know how.
Your top three guys that gotta come back for sure.
Bond, Becton. That's it. And you give up the rest of the money.
I think Bond, Becton, and I know Howie loves his own homegrown draft picks, and Josh Sweat's gotten better every year. I would give Josh Sweat another contract.
Yeah.
Definitely give him another one because he balled out this playoff and he balled out this year.
Those are the three.
So those are the three. Like you said, Rodgers, it's not critical.
We got Ringo.
It's kind of light. It's like he's not a physical. He's more of a finesse cornerback. He doesn't seem like.
We got Ringo.
Yeah, we got Ringo as more of a physical cornerback, and he wants to get on the field just like the rest of them Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
And be like his buddies. So I think he can definitely get that lockdown, especially with Cooper DeJean in there.
Hey, because remember, before we drafted, Ringo was going to be Ringo and Rodgers or Ringo or Slay was going to be. You know what I mean? Like, so Ringo been, working hard the past couple of years to get on that field.
Would you get mad if they let Becton go and start a Steen?
I'll be disappointed because, that
Steen played good this year.
Yes, with limited opportunities, but you could also move back into right tackle also. Like, you got a guy that you can move to right tackle and, Mariota and Becton and right tackle. Lane Johnson. I had a feeling that if we would have lost this one, he would have retired. You know what I mean? But
he said it didn't matter. He's going to stay like 2-3 years.
Yeah, he kind of said it. But man, jeez, it just one of them things. But I want to keep Becton, man, because the Commanders need an offensive line. I would hate for them to go in our division. Like the Commanders are dying for offensive line. They need a guard. They need a tackle. And Becton is going to get paid, man. So, but Steen, Yes, he gave that was my pick, to start, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was my first replacement, but then we got Beckham, and then it was like, hey, so.
The BG McCollum got to go. Yeah, but that's what we got seen. Another Georgia Bulldog that's waiting to play. We picked him up at the end of the season. I like how he's done this back-to-back years to pick value players. Because I know we even got another tight end that was on the Niners is Latu, the tight end Latu. That was on the Niners. He was actually a pretty good, backup tight end for them too. He's very athletic and catch the football. So picking all these future contract guys with how he's really good at too. And I don't know, man. And then we still got, like I said, we're gonna be hard to stop for a while. That's basically what's coming down to, because we got the talent, all around us. And I don't feel like you said, there's so many contracts we don't need to sign. Teams are looking at, we got 3.whatever million. Hell, when we picked our other team up, we were like negative 70 million in the hole, and how we still got players. So I ain't worried about that. As long as we the plus,
yeah, we still gonna get it.
And that's 3 million, not even knowing how much the salary cap was going to go up. They said every year would go up like 25 million. So that could turn into $30 million just like that. You don't even know with the TV deals and whatnot kicking through this year. So I think we're in a good place to do some good things. Another move I would do is I would try, if we don't go out there and go get a guy like Myles Garrett, which would be an awesome thing for the next 3 years to really guarantee Super Bowls. I think you go add a Myles Garrett to Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jomo, freaking Nolan Smith. You add him to that, even if you can bring in, keep Josh Sweat for another 1-year deal too and do it. If you did that, man, we would definitely continue to have the best defense in football for the next 3 years.
Oh, yeah, we still got Keegan. Yo, we still got some, some guys that,
Oh, yeah, Keegan didn't play because he was hurt, but he was really good. But he was hurt, but he got hurt early in the season. Yeah, that's another good one, too. That's another one.
We still got some depth, man. I would hate to lose our guy within our division, though, man. Back in this, man, yo,
you heard Sal say that, too.
The ego, man. Like, there's some players that you be like, you know what? Man, that's an ego right there, man. Back in this, man.
And why wouldn't you want another Brandon Brooks? That's what Stout called him, another Brandon Brooks at the position. Why wouldn't you want that? He didn't call Keegan Brandon Brooks. He definitely didn't call Steen Brandon Brooks. You know what I'm saying? So you want a guy that's going to be a bona fide, because I think he got snubbed this year, and I think next year he gets his Pro Bowl nod.
Oh, yeah. I think next year our whole offensive line will be Pro Bowls.
If you don't get the Myles Garrett, I would say package your draft pick and move up and go get that boy from Penn State.
Bro, we ain't getting a number 2. Yo, he's projected to go number 2 now. He's projected to go number 2. So you're going to have to give up 3 first-round picks to go up that high.
Or 2 first-round picks and a guy like Josh Huff. And a Josh Huff.
Nah, that's not going to move the needle. That's not going.
Abdul Carter, yeah.
Yeah, Abdul Carter, yeah. You're not going to move the needle with Josh.
He wants to be an Eagle. He said it.
I know, bro. He wants to be an Eagle so bad, man. Like, it's almost like, hey, somebody tell him to go get himself in trouble. Like, if he gets in trouble and this just starts sliding.
Or don't get injured before.
No. Hey, go get a gun charge.
Yeah, go get injured before the draft process. You know what? Oh, that injury's gonna give them another 2-3 months, and how we go in there and creep in. The Eagles move up to the 13th pick and get Abdul Carter.
Yo, that's amazing, man. Yo, we got Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and we wasn't supposed to get none of them.
Yeah,
like we wasn't supposed to get any of them, and then we got like arguably like 3 best players back-to-back years, man. I mean, man. Yo, hey, they played that phone call when Howie called Nolan Smith and said, hey, we about to draft you. And Howie was like, hey, man, it's sick. It pain me to my stomach because I'm a Gator. And he was like, yeah, but you want to win though, right? And he wanted to win. That was 2 years ago. On the phone call, he was like, hey, you know you want to win. So, and 2 years later, man, we Super Bowl chance, man.
The Bulldogs got any players around that first round pick that we can trade down a couple of spots and grab another Bulldog to bring to the squad?
Yeah, man. Yo, we definitely, man, got blessed though, man. Like facts, man. Yo, we definitely got blessed, man. Man, to have this young core. I can't recall the last team that won a Super Bowl that had this young group, offense and defense. Even the Chiefs, was not like that, right? The Chief wasn't even that young.
I know the one.
The Bucks definitely wasn't young.
Maybe not last year, but the one before when they drafted Karlaftis and them. They played a lot of rookies that year. McDuffie, Karlaftis, the other linebacker. That year they actually had a young defense.
Yeah, but offense, like, you know what I mean? Like to have this, like to have a young, besides Lane Johnson, like, everybody else is young on the offensive line, really. And in the defense, like our core is set on both ends, man. Like, and we could, and 2 years ago we was there. We could have we could have 2 Super Bowls in 3 years if we had half a defense. I keep saying it. If we had half a defense, we would have won another Super Bowl 2 years ago. And now that would have been a dynasty, right? You win one, you didn't make it, you win another one, and now you got a chance. Now you're talking about dynasty, right? 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, like,
Kellen Moore decided to take the job, which we all knew he would do. How big is that going to affect this offense, or do you think it's not going to be that big of a deal? Because remember at the beginning of the season, Jalen Hurts says he wants continuity, but he's also making the steps to make sure that the offense that they put together this year was going to be a Jalen Hurts offense. It was going to be an offense that carries on even if they switch coordinators down the line, a more Jalen Hurts savvy offense, because he doesn't get enough credit, man. Jalen Hurts was operating at that line of scrimmage more than he's ever have this year. More effectively than he ever have in his career. And they gave him a lot of freedom at that line to call his own plays. And he did that a lot this year and was very successful at it. So he just came that whole like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady thing now in his 4th season. And when you're a guy
well, going to his 5th, okay.
Yeah. So going into his 5th season, when you're a guy like that, think about Peyton Manning. He lost coordinators every year. The coordinators did nothing because he was basically running his offense. It was a Peyton Manning offense. Tom Brady, after he asked Belichick to let him start calling his own plays, he had different coordinators coming through there, and he was basically running, a Tom Brady offense. So I think that that loss to Kellen Moore, congratulations to you, Kellen. You won a Super Bowl before the Cowgirls did. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want you. Now
first year, man. First year at the Eagles, he won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Like, amazing. But yeah, so look, if that's the case, then if Jalen, if he has a group of plays that he loved calling and he tell the next OC, hey, look, these are let me do this. All right, I'm a Super Bowl MVP quarterback. You know what I mean? I proved that, I could do audibles, see where the blitz is coming from. I did that all last year. Now, because that's the only way to stop it. Because every year, if you pick a young offensive coordinator, they're going to go the following year, especially if the Eagles are having success. So the only way to prevent that from happening or to be okay with it happening is if you have Jalen Hurts have control of the offense. You know what I mean? Like tweak plays there, but the same kind of plays. Boom, you could add plays, but don't take away. Just keep adding plays that he likes to his playbook. And now it would not matter, like you said, who's the offensive coordinator, because now that's his playbook that he knows and like to run.
Did that BG still want to fire Nick? Just kidding, bro. We won the ball, bro. Yeah, we won the Super Bowl.
Hey, you wanted to fire Nick?
And then I'm gonna answer
I was 10 toes deep. I was 10 toes
respectful. No, I do not want to fire Nick. Yeah, I was worried about,
You was emotional.
I'm very emotional at the time because I wanted to see things happen better. He was calling dumb stuff. He was doing dumb things.
He was emotional.
Better. But that being said, Nick is like one of the most winning coaches of all time. Like Andy Reid didn't even have this record, when he first started coaching. Belichick didn't have this record when he first started coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on a historical run no matter how much we like or not like him. You know what I'm saying? This guy is
like
winning.
and like you.
He's like Jalen Hurts. It don't matter how you do it, as long as you do it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing he's been doing is winning. They beat you went off after the Bucks game. You damn right. We got blown and buried. Anytime our team getting buried, I'm gonna be pissed off about the situation. He said, trust the process, bro. Yeah, like you said.
BG think that we be playing Madden. Like he be thinking that we should be blowing every team out and putting 60 on everybody. Yo, this is real life.
In real life, I said 14-3 twice, and we won 14-3 twice. We went to 2 Super Bowls.
Whatever.
Okay. So I know how good this team should be, whether they meet expectations or not. Last year we were 10-1 before we started this losing streak. Like we should have never even hit that losing streak. But we got the veteran DC and Vic Fangio that's going to stay until he retires, so that's a good thing. And I think we're going to definitely get, I think it might be Patul in-house move. We might keep him in-house. But that's the other question. Do you think Nick Sirianni pulls the Andy Reid card, even though it wasn't the same amount of years as Andy Reid, took a break from calling plays when Bieniemy was there? I think it was like 2-3 years before when Bieniemy left. And then he started calling, Andy Reid started calling plays again. Do you think that 1 year of not having to worry about call, well, actually 2 years, even though he said he kind of called plays last year, you think this 1 year of actually giving Kellen Moore the reins, him sitting back as a coach, coaching the team, would entice him to want to call plays again next year?
No, I don't think so. I think that Nick liked to be the CEO, right? He likes to sit back. He likes to go into different meeting room. Like he's the glue, right? The head coach to me, man, you should not have all this responsibility. Well, you should not be focusing in on one certain area while other areas are falling by the wayside, right? When he first started calling plays, right, our defense was like, I'm like, what's going on? Is he watching the defense? Because like he couldn't, because he was getting ready to call the next play on the offensive side when the offense was on the sideline. Him and Jalen Hurts was looking at the playbook. You know what I mean? And our defense is getting ate up. So as a head coach, I think that he is doing the right thing. That hands-off approach as far as, I don't want to call it offense. I don't want to call it defense. What's wrong with him just being a head coach? John Harbaugh, shoot. Man, he ain't never called plays a day of his life. He's a special team coach. You know what I mean? So I think that some men are great leaders, and they may not be great at one certain area, but overall they could, they are great leaders. And I think that Nick Sirianni is a great leader, man, to manage, especially now. We're Super Bowl champs. Now this is a time where your team is going to be like, look, man, we won already. Now he definitely going to have to, hey, do we want to repeat? Do we want to become? Knock that shit out. That was last season. This is a new season. Now we're the hunted. Right, even though we've been getting hunted the past a couple of years, right? We've been getting hunted
2 times. We didn't get hunted.
Yeah. So but we're kind of used to it. But now people are going to come harder. Teams are going to get better. So now you're going to be double focused than you were this season. So he's definitely
for me, teams might get better, but I think the growth in our team getting better would be bigger than anything. For the, how okay, we won a Super Bowl. Most of the time when you win a Super Bowl, you lose so many players from that Super Bowl team that teams kind of catch up to them. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be the case for us because we don't have to reach to none of those guys. All those guys are like a lot of them that are stars that we didn't even think. No one thought, Cooper DeJean was going to have the best quarterback rating in the league. No one thought, Quinyon Mitchell was going to be a shutdown cornerback his first year with no mistakes. 2 touchdowns the whole season. No one thought, what was it, a 5th or 6th round pick, and Jalen Hunt, was he 4th or 5th?
I think he probably was a 4th.
Yeah, 4th round pick, Jalen Hunt, that no one even knew from some small schools would come in and ball out. You know what I'm saying? Like Moro Ojomo was going to develop into the player that he is. Jordan Davis got another sack, right? And now he's starting to get sacks now. He was already, first 3 years stopping that run, but now he's incorporating the sack into his game. No one thought about all these things were going to happen this year. So imagine next year when they're developing another season together. That means all these guys are all like 23 years old. They're going to be 24 years old. They're going to be balling. and they're that much more experienced. Plus, they won a chip just like they did in Georgia. When they first started winning those championships in Georgia, it was back to back to back to back. Because once you put that championship feeling inside of a locker room like that, you got the right players that are young, still not capped out. Like Jalen Carson's not capped out, and they already saying he's one of the best defensive tackles in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's still got a lot of all these guys. Jordan Davis got room to grow. Noah Smith got room to grow. All these young cats got room to grow. And if they continue to process the way they have over the last 2 years, the sky's the limit, man. These guys can pull out a defense that's even more dominating next year.
Yeah, I mean, look, this team is going to get better. It just, as long as we keep the core together, we'll be fine. I agree. I can't wait to see the draft. I can't wait to see free agent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because like we don't need like any position where we like, oh my God, we gotta get this, we gotta get this. So this is the first off season in a while. You just go into free agency and see like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Like, you know what I mean? Just like, well, what do we need? Like last year was like, man, we need linebackers, we need this. But this year, just like, and then coming off that bad season we had last year too. Now, man, the pressure was on. But this year, just like free agency is a month away, by the way. Like we're a month out.
So crazy. It's such a big difference, dude. You know what I was tripping out on? Last season when we got out wild card weekend, right? I forgot that I went to the Senior Bowl. And then last week was the Senior Bowl. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, I didn't even think about – I told myself last year, I'm going back to the Senior Bowl. And I was so caught up in the playoffs that I forgot that the Senior Bowl happened during the playoffs last year. We just wasn't part of the playoffs, so I wasn't caring. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy, man. You said defensive end, Trill Will. Yeah, that's a good – because I heard the defensive end group is really stacked this year. That'd be another player to get. But we definitely going to get into all that kind of stuff, moving forward in the episodes. We got other stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So, man, final words about this Super Bowl, my guy. Like,
I mean, look, man, I remember, man, saying, look, be patient the first 6 weeks of the season till we got new offensive coordinators, new defensive coordinators. It's going to take time to click. It's going to take time for these guys to start feeding off each other. And now we're done. We are Super Bowl champs, man. Man, it seemed like what a season this was, man. Like, this probably was my best season as an Eagles fan ever, man. Yes, I've seen, the championship in 2017, but man, this season right here, man, 2017, man, we were so dominant, man. But this season, man, we didn't know how far we could go. We know that we was going to be good if things start clicking. But, man, to see how dominant we were and now to have this young group of guys on offense and defense coming back, man, it's just like, man, cherish this moment. I will be at the parade, man. I will be at the parade. I'm going to leave either Thursday night so I can at least wake up Friday morning in Philly. The parade starts at 11 o'clock. The parade starts at 11 o'clock. I think they're going from Broad Street to Patterson, City Hall, and then they're going to end up at City Hall. Or
who do you think will have that Jason Kelce-like speech this year?
Well, I saw somebody say Dickerson. I think,
nice speeches this year.
I did see that, but it might be believe it or not, I think Mariota, it might be the full. And Mariota might be the full. But Dickerson is passionate. But Mariota, man, he's low-key.
Passionate.
Yeah, no BS too. But, yeah, I think, it might be.
Hey,
I'm going to the parade, man. Hey, are y'all going to the parade? Like,
I wish I could. I was thinking about it, but it's not going to work out for me.
So
I'll be watching it. I'm definitely going to be watching it, though, baby. I'm waiting for it.
I mean, it's supposed to be a little sunny, but I don't know if 34 degrees is sunny.
You know who I think might do it? Yeah,
Brandon.
That's a good one. Brandon Graham might have that passion, especially if he retires.
Brandon Graham. You know what? My money is on BG.
I'll put my money on. You know what I really think going to do it? I think it's going to be like a Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because we don't get animated so much on the football field, especially towards the end of the season, to the point where now that he's won it, he's gonna have enough time to reflect back and think, my life could have been so different if I would have stayed. If he would have got paid like he wanted to in New York, he would still be a Giant right now. You know what I'm saying? And he would not be holding up the Lombardi Trophy right now. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they went the way it is, he got a lot to be thankful for, my guy. We got a lot to be thankful too for having him. But he definitely got a lot to be thankful for. I can see him being really emotional up there with a really good speech.
Yeah.
CJ Charlie Gardner Johnson. That's another one. He likes to get animated.
Whoever it is, I'm trying to be close, but I don't know because, like, man, there's
gonna be 1 million people there.
Huh?
They said they're expecting 1 million people there.
Yeah, they're gonna be, man. A lot of people there, man.
That's crazy.
I just want to be around the environment, man. Like, honest truth, I'm not even expecting to see the players talk. Like, I'm up to see the bus at least, like somewhere.
Float, JC, Joe jump on a float
and jump up and get arrested and get kicked out.
Oh, it's drinking.
It's only a bus.
It's only a bus. They be on those floats, those after behind flows, and sometimes they let fans get on them, don't they?
I don't know. Last time they were on a bus, like, but they had, the bus, but you could go up top. So, but I don't know. But we'll see, man. But yeah, man. So
another great show. We're gonna keep y'all posted on everything. We're still looking to do our thing unless something comes up. Sometime we might probably take a little bit of a break through this month or something. But I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna try to do. My goal is to come back even stronger, just like the Eagles will come back even stronger next year. My goal is to come back even stronger next year. Let's really start building this channel back up and really start, dropping these Eagle facts, man. So we did it, guys. We did it.
World champs, man, 2 times.
World champions of the world, Craig. Not just the city, but the world, Craig. Fly, Eagles, fly. And guess what?
Birds.
We got another Lombardi.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Going on, everybody, man.